Hey guys, so I'm back. I'm going to make another big canvas today. Just testing out something I've been working and experimenting with, mainly because I do not want to buy and build a bunch of huge canvases right now. I'm kind of just seeing what I can do with what I have. So basically my last few paintings, I've been kind of just putting over other old ones. I'll explain. So Dropcloth, I've been getting it pretty cheap, about $8. This one was $12, so it can definitely be cheaper, but this is a 4x5 foot Dropcloth from hardware store. They have them cheaper online. I like to physically go and see and make sure it's not see-through as some drop cloths can be. But it was heavy duty, you know, it's woven fairly tight. You can't see through it at all. I made one recently, as you can see by this white square that's on the floor that I've yet to clean off. I pre-primed it by just stretching it on the floor. So what I've been experimenting with is not putting the bars on them just yet, and I know that's not good for paintings, but I'm working on getting the bars built for a few of them. And in the meantime, I have just been stretching this primed drop cloth over another painting that I have that I still love, but I just needed its shape and its size, and I don't need to look at that painting so much right now. So I'm let me just have something hard to paint on. And so I just stapled it 4 times. I should have brought it down. I just stapled it 4 or 5 times around the very edges, and I left a lot of loose area for me to work with in the future for when I stretch it. But it's hard to have space for oil paintings that need time to dry. You can't just roll them up. I do like working in acrylics, but I found that with this particular method that I'm about to show you, that I don't want to just put acrylics. I want to put something over it so that it doesn't just peel off. I want it to be nice and sealed when I make. I want it to dry at least while it's still attached to the other one, and then remove it. And so I'm just babbling a lot. Let me just spread out this sheet. The floor looks a little crazy, but I promise it's clean as it gets for some concrete. I swept it. Let's just spread this out. The last one I got was from a different place, so it just felt a little different. This one has a little more looseness to it. And there is a top and bottom. There's a side that looks better, and you'll just see that when you buy it. The part that has the fold of the hem, you want that on the bottom, basically. The last one had a tag. I'm just trying to put it in the exact same spot. What I also experimented with another piece, because this is the 3rd time I've done this, so still just seeing. The first time, what did I do the first time? Oh, I stretched it over a big piece of wood that I found that was not archival. It was pretty dry, but it was a nice piece of wood. It was clean. It was about this size, and I was able to stretch this over it and have a nice, super sturdy surface that I like to paint on. Some people like the bouncier canvas. This is probably not what you want to do for something that's going to be bouncier. This is definitely for something that it's going to be rigid, not move much. It can strictly be acrylic, but I would, seal it over time, because it could end up chipping with what I'm doing. So I'm not recommending this fully, because I would recommend that you buy gesso. I do not have that right now. I will get some eventually, you know, I do care about my paintings. I want them to be archival, but I also go on Reddit and they said that this was okay. So what I found was just some old paint in the basement, and no one's using this right now. And honestly, I'm just gonna go for it. I don't need to use too much anyway. The color is unfortunate, but I actually love toning a surface And blue is one of my colors of choice. So maybe not this like particular blue, but we're gonna get, I put like a droplet of water in this little pan. Just to, this is like one of my favorite brushes, do not judge. It has no handle, but she's been hanging in there for me. And more found objects. So I actually have the stretchers. I just need to, it was like a bed frame thing that I found in the side of the road. I didn't want to say in the trash because it really was just on the side of the road. And it's the exact length. So I'm going to either cut this down the center or just make 2 more that are the same size. And then, you know, like, I don't even remember what it's called, but when it goes down, you know how the stretcher bars are cut, like mitered, like that way? If we even have the machine for that. If we don't, there's so many things you can do to make stretcher bars nice, but they will not be left like this because then it would leave a dent in your painting. Like it can't. Well, it can. I mean, maybe you want that. I don't know. There's so many things you can do. The fact that just splashed on the drop cloth, that was funny because that's what it's meant for. Let me also quick grab, and they're right next to me, so I'll just keep talking. The first time I did this, I put buckets on the corners so that they would dry evenly. And coming back around this way. So, as you know, like canvas, when it gets wet, it starts drinking that water right up and shrinking, and the buckets really help to keep it straight. Obviously use whatever you have. I would not recommend doing this, but if you do have a big like concrete surface, like I can just clean the paint off later, like flat on the ground, you know. I would put another drop cloth underneath it, but all right. Yeah, I guess I could have put like some plastic drop cloth underneath, but I recently used mine for a project. Like it is no longer, it's no longer usable, trust me. I just wanted to record this and just document this, I guess, mainly for the conservators in the future who will interact with my paintings so they can know that I did all these horrible things to this poor canvas. No, but people have used, you know, a lot worse, you know, a lot less archival stuff, and if the world cares about it, they'll preserve it for you. I doubt like expensive paint from a paint company. What is that, Glidden? What is the name? Yeah, Glidden. I believe in them, you know. It's a nice, it's a pretty paint bucket. It's gold, you know. So when we're putting on paint for the first time, you're gonna want to get it even as quickly as possible. So you want to try to hit it. I like to hit it with a little X first and then fill in the triangles in between. Honestly, this can take a while. And I read that with this, you want to go thin. So with gesso, it'd be nice and thick, but with this particular, just starting out like this, you'd want to go thinner and slower. And it kind of looks a little crazy right now, but I promise it's going to look real professional and give me like 10 minutes. Yeah, at least it'll look good. It may not last like 800 years, but do I need it to? I don't know. I only have a vague idea of what I'm even painting on this canvas right now, but from what I've learned, that for me personally, when I want to paint, like, and I don't mind like little crumbs and stuff getting on it, like hairs, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me anymore, so ignore me climbing all over it, but I'm clean enough. So, but yeah, what I've learned is that when I want to make a painting, like, it has to get made like immediately. So it's better to keep a primed surface on deck because like you never know. And even like if I felt like making a smaller one, for example, I could just cut it up. I thought of doing that since I have these bars. Like I was like, I could just stretch it today. Like I have plenty staples. And then just make a smaller one. But genuinely, like with this next painting, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the bigger side. Though I have considered making it smaller. I just like when I'm working with oils, like I like to sit and stew and paint for a while, so the small canvas size doesn't always like speak to me. But some of my favorites I've made are smaller, like the Paul Revere. I don't think I would have needed that one to be bigger. Honestly, it's kind of like more intimate that it's small like that. And one of my teachers said, "Oh, when's Emily going to make something small?" And girl, I do, and I will continue to, but I love big paintings personally. Like, I'm in awe, I'm impressed when I go to the art museum and I just see, like, a massive, like, just something larger than life. Like, you know they spent a long time on it. There's no doubt. Like, it's at least worthy of a second glance. And that, I love small paintings too, so it really, yeah, it's really just based on how you feel. Like, if you like to make big brush, I like to move my arm. Like, this is fun. Honestly, this is too small. I was just thinking this in the car. I was like, oh, I want a bigger one, but at the same time, I am kind of like confined to this space. It's just like when I lived at my apartment, like there too, I was, I made the biggest possible paintings I could have in that space. And I even considered making like a hinged one, or like combining those biggest possible sizes I could make. I think it was like 60 inches on the wide, on the length, I mean. But as you can see, it's drinking up the paint. I probably will use this whole big pile that I spread out. Like, it's not, it takes me a minute. I feel like this is the hardest part of painting, honestly. Because all the pressure's on now. Like, everything you do later, like, if you mess up now, it's not even, like, worth going into later with something, like, that you know you're going to love forever and want forever. Like, to me personally, I just feel like I want to know that that base is secure. And I don't mind that, now that I'm thinking about this, because I did this with white last time. And it was harder to see when I really dug in there and got in the grooves. Like, this is, it's definitely showing you do not want to, there's no room for error, rather. You do want to fill it pretty perfectly, like with a, I don't want to say that canvas from the store, like I love duck canvas from Blick. It's just like, if I'm gonna pay like 2-3 times the price, like, is it that much different? It really isn't. And my painting teacher said that looks good to me, so I'm, girl, please. $8 versus I paid $25 and it wasn't this big. Like, it was like $42. So I don't know. And I remember last time I did the Glidden, or no, I did a different, I did this ceiling paint. Let me put this for record too. Glidden ceiling paint, interior paint, ceiling flat, GPL 0000. That one was for the large red wooden painting that I mentioned earlier that I stretched over the wood. And honestly, I might do again with this one. Like, I might either peel that one off or just go over it with this one and then peel this one off. I'm like, there's so many things like I want to do. I need to be like Andy Warhol and just like have people make my canvases for me. But that's also like why I like making them. Like, I like making the painting. Like, I wish I could have made this paint. But at the same time, like a lot of time this will take. So it says dry time is 30 to 60 minutes. That's what I like about these. They tell you the exact, and this is for walls, obviously. So give or take what the rules are for a canvas. You're not even, it doesn't say anything about cloth, obviously, because it's for walls, but it's a form of an acrylic paint. But it does tell you the drying time for walls, and it says the recoat time is 2 to 4 hours, which I do, which I did respect last time. I did give it that time, even if it seemed very dry, just like because it's on a cloth, and like you can pick it up and physically feel if there's any moisture in it. I just felt that I would respect that anyway, because yeah, it's just built a different way. So, and I could wait the little 2 to 4 hours. I did want to put like 3 coats on here, so it will take me all day to do this, and then I would want to wait ideally 24 hours, so I could work on other paintings in the meantime, which I should anyway, even though I'm excited to always start a new one. I just feel like I will respect the 24-hour drying time, since I'm already doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. Let me at least like follow that. Like when you're using gesso or acrylic, you should wait 24 hours before you paint oil on top, just to make sure that all that moisture's out, unless you have like some kind of special drying setup thing. I still, like, oils are just so aggressive that I feel like you might as well be super strict. You do not want them to touch your canvas at all, because they will just eat it, and you'll just have a lot harder time, I guess, with the longevity of your painting. But I also haven't been oil painting long enough. Like, what I go off of is what my teachers and, you know, just life has shown me. My teacher is older, and she's been painting many years, and she like has her older works that she's shown me and how they've aged and stuff, even just within her lifetime. So it's you want to be careful with these things if you intend for them to last. Like, if this was me just testing out, like, or doing like an idea of my painting or whatever, just rough draft, or just like a more abstract piece, just an expressionist piece, like nothing that I'm gonna like work over multiple times. I just want to make sure it's solid. So where I completely finished, I would say, in this corner, at least for now. Let me make sure it's super good right there. And I'm going to put a paint bucket right on it. And I'll lift it up gradually and move it off of the painting a little more, but so I'm actually going to want to start climbing over to the other side. And don't know if I'm still in frame, but it doesn't matter too much. I'm just trying to just give you guys the gist, and also make a little memento for myself. So honestly, so I can remember what I'm doing, because it's starting to get to the point that I have a lot of paintings that are like done in an experimental manner, and I love it, and it's so fun. But just like for my own sanity, it'd be nice to remember what I did, especially because, like, if it turns out really great, then I have plenty of this paint, and I can make plenty more for cheap. I mean, Jesus, could you imagine how much this cost? Like a 4x5 canvas, like pre-built. It is a lot of money, and I don't blame people for not wanting to crawl on the floor and do all this too, like every time. Like, it is a lot. Oop. I had a little loosey string. That's also true. Like, don't cheap products are fine, but maybe if it had like a lot of loose strings, like there was just one here, I'm just ripping it, honestly, because it will be fine. But if it was any like a looser texture, or is like see-through, like I said, like this may not be the method. This may not be for You may not want to use it for oils, but acrylic should be okay. I've done that, but just nothing you love too crazy. This is just like something soothing also for me to watch later, like satisfying. Like, it sucks that it's never gonna be this clean, beautiful canvas ever again. I've already kind of destroyed its texture. Not destroyed, enhanced. But yeah, it's just fun to see, like, its first day, baby's first day being a painting, because it's technically a painting starting right now, you know. And that first droplet that I splashed on there. And honestly, I don't even mind like that realistic, like, I'm gonna add like one more drop of water because like I read that it's good to help it not just sit on the holes, like to fill it in. I always like to wet a canvas anyway, like my canvases. Honestly, when it rains and I have to walk with my canvas to class, I'm usually happy because then it's going to be nice and tight and clean looking, bright. But yeah, that should be enough for the rest of her. Okay. And like, I could be a good influence and rinse that paint that just got off my hand, but I'd rather just get this done quickly and take my little mini bath that I mandatory always take when painting. Almost dipped all my hair in there. I know it's not good to have, honestly, just for the inspiration of you channel watchers. I'm gonna rinse my hands super quickly because I've been getting a lot of paint on me. And acrylic, sealing an acrylic paint already is like just a form of a plastic. I don't necessarily love it sitting on my skin anymore like I used to. In the past I'd be like, we paint, but my teacher was like, you know, I wouldn't. She's seen people get even a little sick from it. Even I've seen, like when I was working on my, if you follow around and see my Instagram when I made that, my hands are just getting painted again, but there was way too much on it. I made my Nike of Samothrace copy. That was paper mache with a lot of paint and honestly no gloves. Like, I just went in. Don't regret it, but my hand was looking a little pale when I was washing it. It was not, my skin was very not happy. Like, ignore any sounds of animals at play upstairs. Okay. Yeah, adding a little bit of water helps it go on smoother, but I also read that you want to go like real thin with this because you're already painting something you're not supposed to. It should, you want it to seep in there and not just sit on top. Now when I do the second coat, hopefully it just doesn't crack. But as you can see, you know, it's not showing up too well. I do have a light set up today, so hopefully that... I know it's dark down in this basement, so I was trying. But I don't know if you can see how well this is working. We're basically watching paint dry together, so this is like, I was like, that would be a really fun, interesting video for the public. I don't know if other people enjoy watching paint dry. I'm fascinated with the process, honestly. And this is good, just like, it's stress relief. Sometimes you just need to smell a lot of paint, and my painters, like, friends agree, you know, this stuff smells good to us, but I would definitely, I'm definitely gonna crack the door open a little bit, though. I'm getting a little, not like, but like, this is house paint, it's not non-toxic acrylic, so I should be wearing gloves, and if I were a better example, I would have grabbed that, but I was just thinking, like, let me just do it how I do it. But obviously I want my viewers to be safe, so honestly, gloves, mask, ventilation, as always. That's probably like mandatory for all the projects that I tell you guys about. Eye protection too. Definitely want to do another sculpture whenever possible. That paper mache one I did, it was super fun. It's hard to have like the means to make and store stuff like that, but that's not gonna stop me. It's just it just hinders how many I can make right now. Like, it's hard to have a she's about, you know, 5-foot sculpture, and you can only have so many of those. As you can see, this basement is not huge. Hard to keep stuff upstairs because like a large paper mache project might seem appealing to a cat with nails. I just felt like paint seep onto my gluteus maximus as it touched the can. I'm just gonna pour out one more little glob and call it a night for this color. The sad part is waiting, because I want to put another coat on again because it is fun. Like, I'll just end the video when I'm done painting this, just so it's like a satisfying thing, because there's always someone that's like, ah, like when something is left unfinished. So, definitely gonna finish her off. Let me see. But yeah, this is like a little like tripod I'm rigging up. You see how we got the horizontal formation? That's me getting into filming. I got this little tripod for 30 bucks, and the thing's excellent. So I'm gonna start getting some films made, honestly, in this basement, because it's kind of like my aesthetic that I want. Like kind of grungy, but I have like the lighting too, so I can still see stuff. But am I just like, hi? Hopefully my hair looks good in the back. Oh my god, I dye it myself, so it could be crazy. Like, maybe I won't even like watch this part of the video, honestly. The back of my head is not my business. Like, that's what I say when I just, I kind of put on my hair dye quite like how this paint is going on. Like, just put it in my hands and rub it around and try to wear gloves and feel for the back. And, you know, I'm no Victoria's Secret. You know, I'm just a girl. So, yeah, I'll do a hair dye. I would say tutorial, but you shouldn't do your hair like I do. Maybe I'll do it one day just to like be curious and maybe even see if I can, if I'm doing it right. I kind of don't want to get like, you know, have a cosmetologist be like, oh my god, don't do that ever again, because they probably would. But yeah, just as is everything else that I add color to. I do my hair for very cheap. It's maybe 10 bucks a month for the color. So yeah, it's I didn't, okay, my brush and I have like a relationship issues, because I'm constantly walking around with it and brushing my hair everywhere and losing it. So I need to get one that's like chained to the wall or something. But anyways, so you know, I ran my fingers through her, but like it's not looking it's most glamorous right now, but it is healthy though. It does have, she has bounce and sheen and whatever when I like care about it. And no, I always care about my hair, but when I put the effort in, honestly, it needs a break. So I've been trying to give it one. So the last video cut off, so I guess I have to edit this as part of it. It's starting to get loud down here in the basement, but I didn't want to just leave without saying bye, and also just leaving the canvas unfinished. So let me get this last little bit, because an alarm came on my phone and just shut off the video, and that's why I want a camcorder. I need a camcorder so bad. Film is so difficult without it, but I love film so much. I entered some festivals, but like even editing is like, the class made it a million times easier, and then I just had to like literally cry when I had to give that equipment back for the last time. And it's so, because it's so expensive, it's not like I can just go out right now. Like this little tripod is nice for this YouTube video, but I can't like use my phone to control the camera while I'm filming alone anymore. It just like made everything difficult, and I was like just distressed that like I was exposed to something that I love so much, like filming. I just can't do it anymore. It's just difficult. I have all these ideas. I'm writing a screenplay. Like if someone knows a cheap way to get a camera, I still can't even get it because I don't have that on me right now. I just like I don't even know what to do, but I'm just gonna make this painting, and hopefully a camcorder can just fall into my arms. I don't know, maybe I'll paint one and then I'll have one, but I'm not let me not get sad, because this is a happy moment because I just finished, and I'm about to put the can on the other corner, and I smell the chicken about to be done. I'm making chicken for there's a pregnant stray cat outside that I love, and she lets me feed her, and she's starting to get a little round, so I'm making her some chicken. I don't know why, because I made her fish earlier. I'm just cooking all day for this cat, and I'm over here like on the floor. She deserves it though. She's big, pregnant, and she's gonna make a lot of problems for the neighborhood, and now I have to take care of probably like 7 more cats, but that's life. And cats are awesome, so they deserve it. But let me go wash my hands, and oops, like there's always like one little spot, like right as you just clean your brush. Honestly, I'm gonna give it a look over, but basically I'll leave it like this, maybe 3-4 hours, come back, one more coat, and stretch it over something, staple it. I've learned, don't even bother with the stretcher bars, like that piece of wood that I have, just piece of wood, you know, just scrap wood. Clean it obviously, but like just staple into the back. You don't need stretcher bars, they're overrated. But let me go wash my hands before they turn pale again. Love this blue though. We'll see where it leads us. Got all over my ring. That's why you wear silicone when you're a handy girl. I found this ring in the trash. No, side of the road. I was like, is that a ring? It was just sitting in a pile of snow, and I'm like, ooh, that is so cool, but it's come in handy because like I can do this. Oh, so fun. But try this method. Stretch it over other paintings that you have, because you could always just put like one staple on the back, and then like you can have 2 paintings on the same stretchers. Like, save money, please. My next project for sculpture is going to be an assemblage box, so I have to literally use trash to make art, and I'm like, oh no, that sounds so scary and unfamiliar. No, I'm about to do awesome. So I found a door and everything. Stay tuned to see how that goes. Let me try to edit this video to match the other one, and love you all, and stay tuned.